Oprah and Bruce Springsteen, De Niro losing their mind didn't make any difference because like even the Amish people, they never vote. They're like, oh, these guys were voting. Let's get the horse. Come on, we're going there. Hey, old you. We're like, vote for the first time ever. That's you know, replacing Joe Biden with Kamala Harris is like changing your shirt because you shit your pants. You didn't fix anything. I still can smell you.
You know things have gotten serious when even the Amish have had enough. So, what exactly did the left do to spark such a rare backlash from one of America's calmest communities? Simple. They decided to defend their freedom and traditions after the Biden FDA began targeting them. Reports say families in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, were repeatedly raided by FDA agents looking for raw milk products. One of the area's biggest farm stores was even singled out. Agents seized thousands of dollars worth of raw milk and other handmade goods, including granola. The Amish didn't vote out of politics, but out of principle. And let's just say Rob can already sense the sweet scent of liberal outrage from miles away after their meltdown over Doge. He made a meme about it, and it went viral instantly.
Musk, I have this to say to you on behalf of the American people. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's been incredible. You really appreciate it. Keep going. You can do it.
Even after weeks of Doge revealing waste, corruption, and sheer incompetence, the left still can't cope. You'd assume people who constantly talk about transparency and accountability would support exposing where taxpayer money is going. But apparently, that's not the case. Because if there's truly nothing to hide, why all the outrage? The facts speak for themselves. Billions of taxpayer dollars are being funneled into inefficient programs run by a government that refuses to fix its own mess. Honestly, it's starting to seem like they don't want Americans to see how broken the system really is, because that would mean taking responsibility. Rob even called out Democrats for their less-than-democratic way of picking presidential nominees. And honestly, no one could have nailed it better.
Nobody voted for Kamala. They just said, okay, they did this in 2016. Bernie Sanders, he was going to get all the votes in the primary. Like, just give it to Hillary. In 2020, just had everybody drop out. Biden. In this year's app, everybody figured it out. His brain doesn't work. Here's what you have. You have somebody that nobody voted for, and you got somebody that tried to murder 2 times. Which one's probably more democracy?
It's obvious the left still doesn't see an issue with parachuting in establishment favorites while pushing out anyone they can't fully control. They've done it 3 elections in a row, pretending each time that it's perfectly acceptable. Instead of letting voters choose, they twist the process to guarantee their preferred candidate gets the nod. But this time, more Americans caught on and voted for common sense instead. By the way, Duppy, show your support if you value independent voices exposing corruption on both sides. Be sure to like the video and subscribe, because Rob isn't just cracking jokes. He's working with Charlie Kirk, visiting college campuses, and revealing truths they'd rather students never hear.
You're speaking, or do you believe some of the stuff that you're actually saying? Because I know you have like good quotes and stuff, but I just feel like when you're like in a sea full of like MAGA hats and stuff, is it not like hard to like speak against that? Would you like actually believe everything that you're saying in a way? Yes, I do believe everything you're saying.
Yeah, I think that's a bad faith question. I do, because your assumption is that we are insincere in our beliefs. But we're here, the only benefit that we have here, to come here today, is to talk to people like yourself, because we love our country, and we really, really want to make sure that there are things that are happening now that we feel are potentially fundamentally disrupting what has been so great about this greatest experiment in human history, which is this unfettered free speech that the woman that you're supporting, Kamala Harris, and her running mate Walls paper.
And that's exactly it. I can't emphasize this enough. If Kamala Harris and her running mate, Tim Walz, had won, we'd be having a completely different discussion today. One of Walz's first moves was to lash out at people for saying, "Merry Christmas," total political theater. Then he questioned America's core principle of free speech, as if he alone should decide what's acceptable to say. That's the definition of authoritarian thinking. Voters rejected the notion that politicians can control speech based on personal opinions. It's not just ridiculous, it's dangerous. On a lighter note, Rob noticed something hilarious about Kamala's speeches that most people completely missed. And trust me, the way he delivers it, it's pure gold.
No, but let me tell you, Kamala, she does different accents, depending on where she is, down south. Let me tell you something. You boys better get it together here and vote. Save democracy. Black community, she's like, shit, let me tell you something, honey. Let me tell you right now, where you go for Trump, I even saw her at a 7-Eleven going like, listen, it's very important that we vote for the Democrats. We're trying to save democracy here. We're trying to save democracy. For sure, you don't understand. You need to vote. You need to vote.
If that joke had been made in the UK or Germany, Rob might be delivering it from a jail cell. But seriously, this goes beyond accents. Kamala Harris practically reinvented herself overnight, trying to convince voters she was someone entirely new. One day she's against fracking, the next she's for it. She spent years promoting open border policies, then suddenly pretended to care about illegal immigration. And let's not forget her sudden enthusiasm for cutting taxes on tips. Wonder where that idea came from? It's the same old political routine. Say whatever people want to hear just to get elected. And to close things out, I've got part 2 of Rob's reply to that student, because his words are genuinely timeless.
You are born in America, you have the right to. It isn't the nice stuff that needs protecting, it's the stuff that everybody disagrees with. And it's the stuff that maybe is not nice, but that needs to be protecting too, because if someone's going to decide what free speech that you say, what I say, if it's going to be the government, they're always going to do what's best for the government. So we need to protect all speech. And I'm going to protect your right to free speech. I'm going to protect you any way that you want from the highest mountain.
Wherever you fall politically, we should all agree on one thing. Free speech must never be negotiable. It's what defines this country. It's what allows us to question authority, challenge ideas, and speak freely without fear. The moment we start creating exceptions based on who's in power, we lose the foundation of democracy itself. But I'd love to know your take. Drop a comment below and join the conversation. And if you want your friends hearing the news from independent voices like ours, share this video with them. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, stay informed, stay curious, and keep thinking.